Speaking about people that are changing the world, you've recently spent a lot of time with Bill Gates.
I did. This was an interview we did here at the studio. I also went out to see him last week for a 60 Minutes profile we're doing, and we're also going to be going to Africa. But he remains chairman of Microsoft. He stepped back from the day-to-day role that he had nearly 5 years ago. He and his wife, Melinda, now run the world's largest charity, which hopes to wipe out polio, eradicate polio by 2018. I spoke with him about the importance of measuring success in everything he does. Tell me this, the divisions in your life, which we've talked about before, chairman of Microsoft, along with Melinda running the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation, there's a third thing. What's the third thing? All the catch-all for the rest of the things you do.
Well, innovation is what I love to work on. And so I'm spending time on energy innovation because we need cheap energy, we need clean energy. I'm creating a new high school course because I think science and history can be brought together and made more interesting. Often the money that lets you do the innovation is what's missing, and I'm lucky enough to have capital to, whether it's a new nuclear reactor or cheap solar, I can back some wild ideas. And so I put time into that, and it lets me learn a lot of science, work with brilliant people.
I have in my hands the Bill and Melinda Gates, the annual letter from you, from the foundation. What's interesting here, the theme of this is measurement. And you say that's crucial to have a goal and to be able to measure how well you're doing if you're going to reach the goal.
Right. It's been stunning to me in the last year that the places we've done well are where we'll go in and really be able to see what's going on. And for example, if you want to get 90% of the kids vaccinated, then you better know within a month for this area, is it working? And if it's working really well, what are they doing right? Why is it working here and not here? And the tools that let us measure, sensors, satellites, surveying people on cell phones are much better. But the idea of really bringing that to help the poorest, I'm stunned that that kind of thinking, systems feedback thinking, is so rare. And so I wanted to highlight that we have seen it work, and now we need to apply it a lot more than ever before.
Looking at technology, and let me talk about Microsoft first. You're the chairman of the company.
I am.
Steve Ballmer's the CEO of the company. Are you happy with his performance?
Well, he and I are two of the most self-critical people
I know, that's why I'm asking.
you can imagine. And there were a lot of amazing things that Steve's leadership got done with the company in the last year. Windows 8 is key to the future, the Surface computer, Bing people are seeing as a better search product, Xbox.
Yeah, but
is it enough? No, he and I are not satisfied that in terms of, breakthrough things, that we're doing everything possible.
Well, every time you see an article about Microsoft, it's not so much about the success of Surface or Bing or one thing or the other. It is about what happened at Microsoft or 5 things that you ought to do to Microsoft. When you see all this stuff, what do you think?
No, we appreciate the advice.
No,
there's a lot of things like cell phones where we didn't get out in the lead very early.
Why not? Did you just miss that?
Oh, that's too complicated.
Okay, but did you miss the cell phone? Did you miss search?
No, we didn't miss cell phones.
Did you?
We didn't miss cell phones, but the way that we went about it didn't allow us to get the leadership. So it's clearly a mistake.
There's a lot of analysis of sleep today. Do you sleep much?
Yes, I wish I was like these people who could sleep only 4 hours.
Yeah.
If I get less than 7 hours, my IQ starts to drop. And I find that very disconcerting. I'm a night person, so I get very excited about something that's going wrong or right, and I sit there and write at night. I find it hard to go to bed. So I get squeezed. If I have a morning appointment, if you stay up till 2 in the morning, then you start to fall behind.
Paul Allen was in, I think, New Mexico, and then you were at Harvard, and you guys concluded that this train was leaving the station, and you better get on it. You wrote at that time a kind of mission statement, which was a computer in whatever it was. What was it?
Computer on every desk and in every home.
In every home. What's the mission statement for Bill Gates today?
Well, if you want a broad one, which is the foundation's driving value. It's that all lives have equal value.
Right.
And so you say, why do poor children die when other children don't? Why do some people have enough nutrition or reasonable toilets and other people don't? So those basic needs that through innovation, actually it's very affordable to bring them, to bring them to everyone.
Bill Gates was a hard-driving CEO, and then he's evolved now, chairman of Microsoft. But they're with Melinda. It's a great
They're a
team.
team, yeah.
They're very much a team.
Yeah.
You know, they want to eradicate polio and all those kinds of things in the health area as well as in education. But what's interesting about him is that he emails every night from about 10 to 11. He reads 2 hours every night. You know, the kids are there. They've changed his life. But at some point, he goes and he emails for an hour and a half or two, and then he reads for 2 hours. But reading, this is a guy whose reading has done everything for him. I mean, he's obsessed by reading.
And gets his sleep. And even though he's not doing the day-to-day of the company, he's still very involved and still very busy. It's amazing the work
Reads
that he
about
does.
everything, too.
Great interview.